welcome to Colorado Christian University. It is great to have you on campus. And I have to say, the chancellor is over here to my right, Dr. Sweeting. On behalf of Dr. Sweeting and all of us here at CCU and myself and the president's office, I know that Larry Meisel could not make it tonight. And by schedule and by health, he's been pulled away. So on behalf of Dr. Sweeting and the president's office, we welcome you by live stream. We miss you, but we understand exactly what you feel about the episodes that have transpired and your support of Colorado Christian University and your work here in Denver, Colorado. How about a round of applause for Larry and what he examples for all of us in this state? Thank you, Larry. Well, close to 15,000 Colorado Christian University students and distinguished faculty join me in welcoming you to this conservative institution of higher learning, one that stands with the state of Israel and her right and her fight for liberty, justice, and defense of her homeland and her people. Period. Period. After October 7th's evil, heinous terrorist attacks upon Israel, I signed a full-page proclamation of support for Israel in the Wall Street Journal. I received several phone calls from many representatives of the Jewish community thereafter, ready to pick up a conversation. I recall one, Miriam from Queens, New York, thanking me and CCU for our joint statement in support of Israel. Through her tears on the phone that day in my office, just a couple of paces away, she said, and I quote, "With all the things you must attend to as a president of a university, I must ask you, why do you care for Israel so much?" End quote. To open tonight's dinner, let me extrapolate on that answer a bit. And the same answer that I gave Miriam, I'll embellish a little bit and give it to you, one that I find fitting for our time together this evening. The reason is summed up in Genesis 12, verses 1 through 5. And might I begin by reading the Holy Scripture? "Go from your country, your kindred, and your father's house to the land I will show you, and I will make you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great so that you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and him who dishonors you I will curse. And all the families of the earth shall be blessed." Genesis 12, 1 through 5. This divine speech introduces a significant statement from the Almighty. It sets an agenda not only for Abram, but also for Abram's descendants, focusing on how divine blessing will be mediated through Abram to all the families of the earth. It marks an important turning point in the book of Genesis. The Almighty's speech underscores the hope that through Abraham, people everywhere may experience Almighty's favor, and that divine plans for Abram and his descendants are national and international. Let me focus on the divine statement once again, a segment of it. I quote, "I will bless those who bless you, and him who dishonors you I will curse, and all the families of the earth shall be blessed," end quote. As it relates to the United States of America and Israel, it is obvious. The Almighty has specially blessed America because of her relationship with Israel. Period. It's so obvious that even a tough-minded old kraut like the Iron Chancellor Otto von Bismarck, who once said, "The good Lord offers special protection to drunkards, to lost dogs, small children, and the United States of America," end quote. This theme is prominent in my good friend Michael Medved's book. Michael and I have been friends for a long time. He wrote a book about God's hand on America, divine providence in the modern era of this country. Michael devotes an entire chapter, The Abrahamic Advantage, to telling a story of how our American founders took the biblical sources very seriously that promised divine favor for a new nation that lived up to welcoming Jewish people. Medved tells the story of Christian restorationists who believed that America had a unique destiny to help Jewish people return to their homeland and rebuild Jerusalem, and I might even add, defend it today. Defend it today. With this current moment of surging anti-Semitism and Israel's endurance of the worst attack on her people since the Holocaust, I believe it is vitally important to open an occasional line of conversation that the brotherhood between Christians and Jews is strong, and there is nothing that should ever separate it. So how about some evidence, Mr. President? How about some research? Little history. Let's go back in our country's time. John Adams to Thomas Jefferson. I quote, "I will insist that Hebrews have done more to civilize man than any other nation on God's earth," end quote. Theodore Roosevelt, quote, "There can be no peace worth having unless the Jews are given control of Palestine," end quote. Harry S. Truman, "I had faith in Israel before it was established. I have faith in it now. It has a glorious future before it, not just another sovereign nation, but as an embodiment of great ideals of our civilization," end quote. John F. Kennedy, quote, "Let us make it clear that we will never turn our backs on our steadfast friends in Israel, whose adherence to the democratic way must be admired by all friends of freedom," end quote. Ronald Reagan, quote, "The people of Israel and America are historic partners in the global quest for human dignity and freedom. We will always, always remain at each other's side," end quote. My favorite president, George W. Bush. I like cowboys. I do like cowboys. Quote, "Through centuries of struggle, Jews across the world have been witnesses not only against the crimes of men, but for their faith in God and God alone. Theirs is a story of defiance and oppression, and patience and tribulation, reaching back to the Exodus. That story continued in the founding of the State of Israel, and that story continues in the defense of the State of Israel today," end quote. Tonight, I stand before you publicly as the president of this university. As an American, as an evangelical Christian, as a conservative, as a Christian educator, I promise you, this university will continue to support Israel, her land, her state, and her people. You are home at CCU tonight. Home tonight. We stand with Israel because of our biblical brotherhood and the charge from the divine himself. Our journeys are rooted in a deep spiritual connection to the land and to a genuine belief in its vital role in God's plan for humanity. From the Board of Trustees, the executive leadership of Colorado Christian University, from the Chancellor's office, from the President's office, from our students, our distinguished faculty, all of our employees, all of our current students and alumni, welcome to Colorado Christian University. We stand with you. We stand for your land. We stand for your liberty. We stand for your freedom. And we love you. May you have a great evening. Shalom.